Check my crown. Welcome to the Crown Catch podcast. We're so excited to be back with you guys, doing another podcast for another K-pop related media. We're your hosts, Anissa and Robbie, and we're just so glad to be back doing a new show. So we'll be reviewing Queendom season 2, and we'll be talking about the episodes as they come out and what really went down, the performances, the like little tea that they drop. That's the whole spiel. So, Anissa, what were your thoughts overall? Give me like 3 good words
Three. It's
from the
always three
performances.
words.
Yes, for the performances,
Okay, I
for
have
the
a few words.
performances,
I have a
and then the
sentence.
the show, like the tea in the show combined, like 3 words. Oh, you have a
Oh,
sentence.
yes. My sentence. This should be interesting.
Ooh, that's okay. I'll let it slide.
And you?
Oh, mm. I have more than 3 words. WJSN is bringing the tea. The
Oh,
tea. They, they, they're stirring the pot.
I like that though. Mm.
Okay, so where should we start? So I Brave Girls, they were the first to walk in. They were talking about, their falls and rise to success. And I think, now watching like the episode 0, I like how they casted, and I like how they did the like debuted in 2000 blah blah blah. Like I think I
Mm-hmm.
really like that, and I was like, this is an interesting cast. But I think they did a good job casting for this season,
Mm-hmm.
uh, in juxtaposition to season 1, which also was a really good cast. But
Mm-hmm.
I think like this makes sense with all the girls and women, I should say. Sorry, I thought it was cool. Um, Something funny. They're like, they're younger than us. And I was like, y'all are brave girls. You knew this, auntie. Don't be talking about some younger than us. Girl, we knew that. Y'all knew that. Y'all been here since 2016. Like, y'all are like, they were like that weird in between of like generation 2 to 3. It was that weird era where all the girl groups were just like, here's another one. You want another one? Here's another one. It was like them, AOA,
Mm-hmm. That was the AOA
Speaker.
period. Yeah.
they, I think AOA kind of owned that 2.5 era. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
want to call it, because it wasn't Gen 3 and it wasn't Gen 2. It was like a weird in between. And I think like they were hyping up Brave Girls so much. I think it's okay to talk about like the groups as a whole, right? Like I remember Brave Girls was being hyped so much, and then like their issue was the fact that Brave Brothers had songs, but they were selling it to other groups
Mm-hmm.
because they're like, well, we could give this to y'all, but like we can let Choa sing it and make bank.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's a really tough situation when your company is also a production house.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's different because like there's a lot of studios that like not studios, I should say, like entertainment companies out there that do music videos, but will have their own group versus like them that do music but have their own group. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really awesome to see Brave Girls come to the ranks to actually be casted for a show like Queendom. Um, what do you think? I've been thinking about talking too much.
I feel like for Brave Girls, everyone knows this, and you can kind of tell they're in this awkward spot because, well, first of all, they're older. They're not
Yeah,
seniors, but they're older. Well,
yeah,
I guess in some sense they are
yeah.
seniors because we have like the 2022 debuts, but
Right,
like
right.
they're older and most of them are younger. And then when you look at the next oldest person, that would be Hyolyn. But
But
Hyolyn
she's so
is a
accomplished.
veteran. Yeah, she's like a
Yeah,
veteran. So Brave Girls is like in this awkward spot where they're older, but they're kind of trendy, but they're
yeah.
not like in Hyolyn's level, who's a veteran. That's like
Right.
totally different. So they're kind of like there. And Hyolyn is already in her own thing, but that's not awkward in the same way that Brave Girls is awkward. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, totally agree. Totally agree. Oh, sorry. Totally agree, because I feel like they just like how you said, like even though they've been around, and also let's be mindful. A lot of those girls, not to take any credit away from their achievements as Brave Girls, but they weren't the original Brave Girls. They're one of those situations where they recasted, and like that, and that lineup is worthy of what the accolades they received because on like they were there for rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, I just need to say it now. That song was good when it first came out. I don't know why everyone hopped on the bandwagon years later.
Or you and Taeyeon were on the same page. Both of y'all were hyping up that song.
Because I was like, when I went to KCON 2017 in the summer, and I was, first off, I thought they were saying, love me, love me, love me. I was like, oh, I like that. what's this type of stuff? But when they're like Rolling was trending, and I was like, okay, where were y'all? This song was great. Like, y'all, you know what? That's fine. Because it's just like that one British African British singer that's like her song is like trending, and she's like, where were y'all 2 years ago? We all released it. And I was like, you're having a Brave Girls moment, sweetheart. Let it happen. Oh, but yeah, I think this is cool. Who else? Who walked in after them? Was it VIVIZ?
I don't really remember the order. All I know is Brave Girls was first and Hyolyn was last.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, we'll get us to pop them in then. Let's talk about VIVIZ.
Oh my gosh, can I say something about them? Okay, low key. I mean, I'm not like a buddy. I was never really a huge fan of G-Friend. I was like a casual fan. But when they walked in, I felt like I wanted to cry because they looked like women. And I remember when I got into K-pop, like this was before they debuted. And, you know, I got to experience them from debut until now. And when they first debuted, like they were kids, you know?
Yeah.
They were so young. And then it's like, I'm seeing them now. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like they're women now. It's kind of crazy.
I remember when they debuted. I was in my college dorm, 2015, and it was either 2014, 2015. They did Glass Beads. I remember also funny story. I was like, oh, they got a girl that's an amputee in there because there was some weird. There was a moment in the the music video where I was like, does she ain't have an arm? Why does she? What's going on? But she had her she was doing the balance beam. And she had one arm like this and the other arm behind her, I guess. And I thought she didn't have an arm. And I was like, that's good for K-pop. They're being, open. I like that. Then my friend was like, no, she was just using one arm to balance. And I said, never mind, forget what I said. But exactly how you said it, it's really interesting to see them as women. And they commented on that too in the pre-episode. They were saying, our stage outfits are so fun and bubbly. We want her to walk in here elegant. First off, I don't know her name. I've never learned her name. Don't come for me. Jessica? Don't come for me. Not Jessica, the pretty one. I mean, they're all pretty, but I just called her. Thought the whole time I was like, wow, she's pretty. Always been the pretty one.
The one with this hair?
Yes, that haircut looks so
I don't know why.
good
I don't know
her.
her name either. I know Jessica, and then I know G. I just don't know the other one's name.
And that ain't her real name. Ain't even
I know. Isn't her name
she
Cindy?
Looked like
it's like Cindy, but I call her Jessica because she's Jessica.
You're right. Yeah, no, she's Jessica. Everyone was so funny. Someone said, we're waiting for the Hannah Montana one where Jessica pulls off the Cindy mask. She's like, I've been here this whole time. Anyway, first off, I'm going to get off tangent because I like G-Friend, but it's like you as a casual fan. This is going to sound shady. When they released VIVIZ re-debuting, I was like, the ones I like, great. I'm sorry.
I mean, you're kind of right because those are the three members that I know too. No, really, like those are, I knew because when they first debuted, everyone was like, oh, and I totally disagree with this, but when they first debuted, everyone was like, oh, that one chick, G-Friend is cute, but that one chick is really ugly. And she was like 14 or something. I was like, you guys are sick. And I thought she was cute. She just had like a baby face,
I mean, first off, let's talk about I would never, in this point in time, I'll be cutting people up, but I think it is fair to say, oh, look at their appearance when they're still going through puberty. That's just really not fair. I mean, it's not fair to judge someone's appearance. You've done it. It ain't right. But, we key here and there. But in the real grand scheme of things, when someone's growing up, you shouldn't do that. And when she grew up, like, wow, she's so beautiful. And I'm like, well, she's 21 now. She's a woman, things are balanced out. And when you do Pilates, but I think Eunji's has a really good, healthy situation. I think she's one of those idols that takes care of themselves, but doesn't starve themselves. So I don't believe that G-Friend was one of those type of groups that did that. I could be wrong, but I remember I could have sworn she was like, oh yeah, I eat this, I'm too healthy, blah 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 blah. So but yeah, back to VIVIZ. When they're three VW said, I said, it ain't right. But those are the three I wanted. The downfall is, and it's not really their fault, I don't think they can bring their past catalog as G Friend.
Oh, I mean, we'll see. I feel like what do you mean they can't bring it? Like, you don't think they can hold the stage as the three of them covering G Friend songs?
No, but there's gonna be things where, like, I don't think they're legally allowed to, like, there's gonna be the challenge where you cover someone else's song.
Oh.
And all they have is bop bop, which I mean, I guess enough, but
no, they'll let them cover G Friend songs. It's the same thing with Bomb. I mean, like when Park Bomb was on the show, they were covering 21 songs, you know?
Well, hopefully Hybe is, well, they like money, so they won't care. It was so interesting, this one part where, again, Cosmic Girls, WJSN, stirring the pot. They're like, not our seniors. And then Cindy was like, hey, you, are you sure I'm not your senior? Tell that to all the other girls.
When she said that, I was like, oh, I'm gonna like her. I'm gonna like her in this show. This show's gonna make me a VVZ fan, a stan.
And then they cut to the confessionals. We're sorry. We shouldn't have. I'm like, I was good. I like this. But I guess, anything else to say about VIVIZ?
Oh no, I forgot what point I was gonna say before. Oh, I think I was just saying that, like, when they first debuted, the UMG was the one who caught my eye because her face was like really unique. And this is not me being shady. This is just me saying what actually happened in the past, because I remember when they first debuted, the joke was that all of G Friend went to the same person who cut their nose the same. I don't know if anyone else remembers this, but like when they released their first teaser pictures, like everyone was roasting them, saying they all went to the same plastic surgeon to cut their nose, but she was the only one whose nose was like kind of different. And I think that's one of the reasons why people were calling her ugly. And I was like, well, when I'm first getting into the group, the person who stands out the most to me in terms of visuals is going to be my first bias before I really get to know the group, you know? So that's why I feel like she has been my favorite. And then Jessica. So I'm just like, okay, those two, if they're in a group, then I'm going to keep my eye on this group.
It was UMG, Sumbi, and Pretty. That was my three.
Mm-hmm.
We still have to learn we need to learn their song for KCON, by the way. Just saying.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
So we can talk about WJ.
Yes, that's the next group I was going to roll into.
Cosmic Girls.
Okay, first off, after IZ*ONE disbanded, I feel like I just like just like went to them. It wasn't anything I was intentionally doing, but I would just look to I'll have my music and then I'll be streaming up. Oh, who made this? Oh, who did this? Oh, and I remember I was driving us to Richmond, and you're like, no, you like a lot of Cosmic Girl, and I'm like, I guess I do, but I didn't know they were this messy, which makes you want to stand even more.
Yes.
Goodness, and we'll get on to their stage, but it's like they're messy, and then they can perform well. So then there's like.
That's great.
Like, yeah, it's like y'all can talk y'all stuff, but y'all can back it up, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
I thought they were going to be the Oh My Girl of this season, but they're their own thing. Because I thought people were going to sleep on them. I don't think so. I
do have something to add to that, though. I feel I actually don't think that Cosmic Girls will be the Oh My Girl. I'm worried that they're going to be the Lovelies of this season.
Oh, and no!
This is the reason why. I remember on Queendom season 1, Lovelies, it was Lovelies and Oh My Girl. And Lovelies were the ones who were really worried about Oh My Girl having the same concept as them. And they were so stuck on that eventually led to their Sixth Sense performance, which was terrible. And it
I've been replayed that for such a long time.
All right. It was terrible to the majority. How about I say that?
Okay.
So when I was watching this episode, what's their name again? Oh yeah, Cosmic Girls. They made a similar comment when LOONA came up, and they were like, "Oh, it's kind of a similar concept as us." And I was like, "Don't start that. You just need to focus on yourself and make yourselves look good. Because once you get too caught up in, oh, I need to look different from them and do a different concept, that's when you get into a lovely situation. You need to do what's going to make you win this competition."
Take it that way. I interpreted it different. I think what they meant by that is, shoot, there's someone that has a similar vibe to us. That means I think they just didn't want. I don't think they're concerned about the concept or the whatever. I think they just didn't want someone similar to them to take any attention away from what they have going on.
Well, that's kind of what I mean in general. Not like literally their concept. I just mean like they listed out like different things, like, oh, they both have a lot of members and they both like have girls in their name or something like that.
Okay, well, first off, let me tell you something. Cosmic Girls, y'all used to have a lot of members.
Yeah.
That's just what that
they
is.
They used to have 12 members. Then again, I don't know how many LOONA has.
13 members. Each one of them was supposed to be a constellation from the Zodiac. And then they added old girl from IOI. And they said she's the Constantinopolis or whatever. Y'all can go in the comment section.
The translation is, we need that IOI money. Get in here now.
Yeah. And when they started doing that, and you're probably going to get mad at me saying this, they started winning more. And I know Girlfriend, that was originally the main vocalist, she sings oohs and ahs at the end of the song, while the IOI chick, who's my favorite in the group, well, not really, because I've come to the point where I like that rapper, because I don't know what the hell she said and la la la, but it was great. She was like, it burns in my heart. I said, girl, I don't know what you talking about, but keep it up. But anyway, once they added her in, I felt like there was a rise, like in a soft concept jump or reach. I don't want to say reboot, but like it just seemed like they were like, oh, we are, that. Remember when we were in elementary school and it was like that lady that made those rainbows and holographic tigers and unicorns and stuff? It was like on that rose art tip. Like,
what, like the Lisa Frank art or something?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. And like, that's how I feel like Cosmic Girls went. Like, if you look at Secret and that other song that sound like Secret, just tell me why.
Yeah.
Anyway, it looks like a Lisa Frank music video. Like, it's so saturated. It's like rainbows. I mean, the editing is beautiful, and then they kind of like evolved that later and later. Especially with their other songs. With the song they did in 2018, that song was ultra saturated too. So anyway, but I feel like when she got added into the group, there was like a boom.
Mm-hmm.
But again, all those Chinese girls left. They didn't leave officially.
They're gone. They're not coming back. They're
never
gone.
coming
They're
back.
Gone.
They're never coming back. One girl's like a model actress. The other two girls got first and second place in Produced China. The first off, they're slay.
And one of them's in jail.
One of them's in jail.
Okay, I don't know the whole story, actually. I don't know what the full story is, but I think that one of them was like doing some tax evasion nonsense.
Remember?
Huh?
Remember? Was that a Korean member?
I don't even know which one. I just want to assume that it was the third Chinese member who didn't get into
the model
Rocket Girls.
Actress?
Oh, really?
But she
I don't know.
She didn't do Rocket Girls. She was a judge on the fake, I didn't pay for the rights to say produced, so we're gonna call it Idol Producers. It was like the first one, and then they changed it to not Chuang. They changed it to
Youth With You.
Yes, that's what Youth With You became from Idol Producer, because she was. Remember when KyoKyoung was the dance master? I don't know what this Cosmic Girl, what she was, the beauty master. I don't know what she was, but she was. We're just gonna call her the beauty master. Anyways, that's what she is, and they ain't never come back. And also, what? There's supposed to be 10 of them. Why is there 8 on the show?
No, isn't there supposed to be only 9?
There's 13. They had 12 constellations.
Yeah, and
Then
they
you
added
add
one,
one.
so there's
So
13.
13.
And there's
There's
3 Chinese
13.
members, so they left. So there's
That,
10.
so then that's 10, but then the show you count, there's only 8. Where's the other 2?
You know what? We just need one of the true Cosmic Girl stands to tell us later what's going on with that. Because
tell us what's going on. We don't know.
yeah.
I was like, if 2 plus 2 is 4. But I like what they're bringing.
Yes.
Because you need someone to stir the drama.
Mhm.
You need someone to stir the drama. And speaking of which, we'll talk about. Nah, let's not, because if we do, I'm going to go on a rant.
And it's so funny because it's you saying that, and we have, like, not including Hyolyn, we have 2 groups left. I don't know who you're talking about when you're saying that because it's you. I don't know which one you're talking about.
I don't be talking about no ranch on anybody else who we have. Oh, you're right. Let's get LOONA out the way.
Yeah, let's get LOONA out the way. Can I say something first?
Yes, I want you to.
Okay, I don't know anything about LOONA at all, but I like Chu because I love her face.
I had your piece.
And I'm excited to see them in this show. I don't even know what they're going to bring. I mean, we've seen the performances, which we'll talk about later, but like every time I look at them, I'm just like, the only one I know is Chu, and the rest of you is like girl, 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 and you as a whole is just LOONA. Like if I see them, if I see one member, I wouldn't know that that's LOONA, but if I see all of them together, it's like, oh, that's LOONA.
I always had a slight issue with their names. I know their faces. I know each of their faces. And I'll normally call them by their solo debut name.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, that's Let Me In.
The one who dropped the song Love Cherry Motion. I like that song. So I need to learn her face and her name.
She's in the subunit Odd Eye Circle. You know, Girlfriend. Dun, 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 dun. We need to have a whole weekend where you just we need to get you together. It's a journey.
I know Butterfly. That's it.
Okay, that was when they were together at 12. All right. Anyway, I was Orbit. I am no longer in Orbit. I am curious what they will do on the show. I will take what they do on the show as its own separate thing. To me, this is the first time I actually had a platform where people will listen to me. There are 2 LOONAs. LOONA that debuted in 2018 and disbanded in 2020 and then re-debuted in 2020. And that's the LOONA we have now. I will get more into this in the performance. To me, think it's disingenuous to do their old music because that's not what they are anymore.
I knew that you had something to say about that. When I was watching the first performance, my first thought was, oh, Robbie is going to love and hate this at the same time.
I didn't even enjoy it. You see, we're getting into the performance.
Yeah. You want to finish talking about the other groups before we get into it, or?
I'm not done reading LOONA.
Oh. Go ahead, continue.
But as I said, and I have other things to say, I just need to get this off my chest. Y'all need to stop blaming Jaden Jung. He is not in control of the group. He is an art director. They pay him to do what he does, okay? Let me tell you something about these groups, all right? There's the company, there's the head CEO, there's all the bigwigs at the top. And he is hired to do a job. He will pitch his ideas to the company. They will say yes or no. He can't control the company. So stop blaming him for all the shortcomings of what Blockberry Creatives did. That is not how it works, okay? I know a lot of y'all are younger and y'all just want to point blame at something. I remember one person's read, which I laughed at. It was a cute read. They said, if Jaden Jung wanted to tell this story, he needed to write a book. That was cute. I laughed. No one would be interested in LOONA if they just debuted them all 12 of them at once. That's just the ticket. The end of this, and then they're doing a Boys of the Month. They're doing a boy group with the same concept. So it's interesting how his ideas and art and all his work that he originally tried to do with Lovelies, but they didn't have the funds to do it. And again, y'all can't blame the downfall of Lovelyz on Jaden Jung. He was an art director. They hired him to do a job. He had an idea on how to make the group trendy. It didn't 100 pan out, and we should be thankful he didn't give up on that idea, because that's what LOONA became. Anyway, but you cannot blame a man for doing his job. If they wanted to give him however millions of dollars to do his work and his artwork, that's what they did. And look how it did. Look how it turned out. Now, if you like the LOONA 2.0 of the so what they did, the so what? That's when they debuted it. That's fine. You can enjoy that, but I also dislike, and I'm about to reach our orbits. I also dislike how y'all discredit those that like the original LOONA, because that was a beautiful thing that they had. And I don't really I'll just say it. It's not the girls. It's the company and everything that creates LOONA. It's artistic disingenuous. Like, it's not genuine. It's disingenuous. They just threw away everything to be trendy. And that's why I have an issue with the group. Not per se the girls. The girls, in reality, there's a time and place. Like, there's artists that are in control of their music, and there's artists that get funneled creative, and they like the persona for the creative. That's what LOONA is. And I just don't like what creative they're being given, because it has nothing to do with all the lore, the story, the musical, like, signature that they had. There's always, when you hear the song, oh, you know that's LOONA. Now, like, come on now. Paint the Town sounds like a rejected Everglow song. That's the T. That's the T. So anyway, I think go ahead.
I was just going to say, I don't really see why people would even like disagree with your opinion or think that you're wrong, because that's just a common thing when it comes to music in general. There's always people who are considered sellouts. Like, first you're authentic to your music and sound, and then you just do what you have to do to make money. They just sold out. That's literally what they did.
The problem is they don't want to hear it.
Yeah, they don't want to admit that, but
I'm going after their faves.
This isn't something that I feel like for K-pop, this is such a triggering thing for some people to talk about, like saying how your artist is a sellout. But when it comes to Western music, most people acknowledge when an artist is a sellout. You know what I mean?
Right. But the thing is, I think, and this is another thing with K-pop, and I can say this because I've been you and I have both been in the game for over 10 something years. So it's like, back when I was young like them, if you said something about Girls' Generation, I felt you said something about me. So it feels like they take it off as an attack against them, because they're not even using their photos of themselves on their Twitter, their whatever. They have a photo of Chu or Kim Lip or whatever, you know, like they have that. They feel like that's a connection to them. That's a representation of them. So when I say, yeah, they aren't who they really used to be, they get mad because you're saying something that they don't want you to hear. I've gotten attacked several times on Orbit. Not that it really hurt me. I just block y'all and then just keep talking about y'all. But that's what I have to say about LOONA. I just feel like I needed to say that.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any disagreements, if you think I went too hard, let me know. But
who, me, or just people in general?
No, no. We'll find out in the comments.
Okay. I mean, this is the thing. I feel like there's nothing to disagree with. Like I said, pretty much what you're saying is they just sold out. They just became sellouts. That's a thing. That's actually more common in music than what people think. You know what I mean? And that's not a bad thing to say. You can support them now if you want. You can keep listening to you can do whatever you want. That's not a bad thing to say. It just is. It is what it is. It's just a fact.
Yeah, that's the thing. But the thing is, I love their old before they disbanded music.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to that all the time. When Love Cherry Motion comes on, or when Puzzle, whew, that's on the same album as Love Cherry Motion. That's on the same album. Whew. I mean, they done took that TLC sample, and they railed with it. Mm-hmm. And yes, it is a TLC sample, and they said it wasn't. They said someone was in the background, drunk. I can put Girls Are Talking right beside Puzzle. That's the same song, but we'll leave that for another time. Mm-hmm. Nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, that was LOONA. KEP1ER. Hey.
Oh my goodness. Watching KEP1ER, like when they showed up on screen, it felt so awkward for me because I'm like, oh, I just saw y'all. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see them. And then they had the little flashback to Girls Planet. I was like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. Get them off my screen.
But here's the deal. You knew, it's like, oh, Mnet.
Yeah.
And also, Eugen said, girls, you're from a survival show. That in my mom, when I heard that, she was saying, girls, we did this already. We have nothing to fear.
She was like, we already won one. We can win another one.
And I'll talk about the performance, but this is why I feel like it's going to be semi-rigged.
You know what I love about Kep1er, though?
What's that?
When they speak, I don't look at any of them. The only person I'm looking at is shouting, because every time they speak in Korean, she's just like...
She's still speaking English. Some girl tapped on her
just looking around, smiling. Yeah. She's
not attempt. In the words of you, there was no attempt.
Yes. She's just there for a good time. Like, she's just sitting and smiling. She's like, I don't know what's going on. Y'all just tell me later. We dancing now. Great. We gonna dance.
She's like, what's my line? Are you sure? Next, are you serious? I feel like she just checked out.
Good for them, though. They seem real excited to be on this show. I would too, to be honest, because it's not a competition show that's as stressful as Girls Planet is, because that's literally debut. This is just, it's kind of like a for fun, but still, I mean, there still is that pressure.
Well, they changed the rules, because if you get a bottom performance 2 times, the 3rd time you out, or something like that.
I thought that was the same thing as in Queendom, the first season.
Oh, just nobody got bottom, so they all stayed.
Yeah, Lovely's got bottom once, and then they didn't get bottom the second time because
they learned their lesson.
Yeah, that's the reason why they're able to stay. So it's actually the same rules as the first season. Just that
okay. No one got okay. Well, then good. Mm-hmm. Cosmo Girls don't get cut. Y'all bringing in the views. But yes. I think Kep1er. This is going to be really shady, but true. They gave the best reaction.
Yeah,
when they cut to them. And I remember, I think they used I feel like my show was just zoning out, but they used like a cut of her when they're like the rules, and they were like, if you do 3, you get out. And she's like, and I was like, oh, that's so great editing.
Yeah. I feel like now that I'm looking at all these Mnet cuts, I'm just like, after Girls Planet, none of this is real. All their reactions, none of that was real, but it kind of makes it funny.
Right. Something shady, but I'm not going to say it. I will say Younggun looks pretty here.
Good for her. So Hyolyn, Hyolyn was that HBIC. She was the one. She's the moment. A lot of people are worried that they're worried because she's a soloist competing against groups. But here's the thing, and
not like Bomb.
At this, yes, everything I'm going to say is going to sound shady, but there's no other way to say it. When Bomb as an individual and in 21, she did not carry 21. That was CL. In Sistar, Hyolyn was kind of the carry in that group. She can sing all the Sistar songs on her own because she basically was doing that anyways. So I feel like she's already used to being on stage on her own. She can sing group songs on her own. She's nowhere near the same level as Bomb. Here's
the deal. Bomb was doing the parts. Well, Bomb had an interesting voice. She had the oh. I like that. This is off topic. Did you hear that Christmas song she made with Dara?
No, I don't listen to her music anymore.
Oh, no, but I like that. It was like, oh. And I was like, yes, give me the O's. Sound like you're slightly in pain. I like that. I like that brand for her. What's so funny? I remember when all the lead dancers or main dancers from Queendom, they're like, they came on stage and then Bomb was like, And then she walked off and it was a Brave Girls member. And I was like,
isn't that the same Brave Girls member who's here now, though?
It's Auntie.
Yeah, I love that. She's like, oh, I've been here before.
You know what? It's full circle.
Yeah.
Because Auntie got a small little check and now she's getting the full piece of cake. So good for Auntie. If you don't know who Auntie is, she's the one that kind of like is dry. I mean, if you watch,
she's not dry. I like her.
We know you do, baby. It's okay. She got the toe tapper shoes on. She wearing Auntie outfits. She liven up a little bit on stage. I will point her out. I'm gonna learn her name, but she Auntie. We like her. She adds a little something to the group. Mm-hmm. She adds a little something. I think you need that for that group, especially because they're 30. They're really 30. They're really 30. Like, we're not joking about this. This is not a Sade thing. But you know, what was funny is how all the girls, like, when Taeyeon walked in, it was like a rush in my soul. I felt my spirit jump in.
Okay, but I would do the same thing though if that was me. I think I would.
Yeah, but that's because you don't know her or work for her. So Hyolyn came in, she said, "Ah, yeah, we promoted around the same time. It felt nice to see her again."
Yeah. Everyone else is like, "Oh my gosh, it's the Taeyeon," and Hyolyn's like, "Yeah, hey, long time no see. How you been?"
On the show, she's like, "Hey, girl."
Yep. Wasn't she like, "Oh, it's kind of comforting that Taeyeon's there because it's someone that she's familiar with"?
Yeah, she said that. She said, "Oh, that was reassuring." I think those are her words.
Yeah,
and Chae Kyung's like, "Oh, you know, she's the reason why I kept on going." And I said, "I bet you, I mean, you were almost Espa. I would hold on to anything to keep on going." And that almost Espa list is real wild. You got Suki from Billy. And you got Chae Kyung. Yeah, she trained with all of them.
I know. What's her name? Who was on Chuong? Sally's friend and Chuong was almost Espa, but Ning Ning outsold. I mean, we can only have one Chinese in this group, and we got her.
And then Suki was still like, we want the half Japanese girl, not the full one. But I said, we see you, girl. We see you hitting every beat of the song when you dance. We'll put you in our sub label. You'll work out there eventually.
Oh, Suki would have ate Savage though, but I'm glad she's doing Ginga Yo.
She would have ate everything.
Yeah,
she would have ate. She's like, mom, the slide. She would have. I think Karina said that one gotta go.
Oh no!
She said that one is doing a bit too much.
No, that makes sense because we can't have two foreigners eating her up. Not both of them, only one. So Ning Ning can stay. The other one gotta go. That's so sad.
Said, She said, this one's singing more than me. This one can't do more than I gotta stand out.
See how we make up stories? Then people are gonna say that we hate these girls. No, if the more stories we make up, the more that we like them.
That's how we end up like this is a ruined situation. Oh, shout out to her. Anyway, hope she's eating well.
No more girls.
But Planet. Anyway, Hyolyn. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, the thing is, it's so like she's gonna do the exact opposite of Bomb.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna miss the emotional. I miss those. Like Hyolyn's not gonna give me that. She's gonna give me proper singing.
You're wrong for that, but yes. But you're right. You're wrong, but you're right.
I'm not saying Bomb does improper singing, but what I'm saying is, you know, she's giving a new flavor. It's like when you go to In-N-Out and you order fries and they say, you want to make them jungle fries? Or you'll know this one. When you go to Wendy's and you go get fries and they say, you want to make them Baconator fries? And you're like,
yeah.
Like, Bomb, there's no choice. You're going to get Baconator fries.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, she's like, I didn't ask you what style you wanted. I'm just giving you the extra anyway. Like, I know you didn't want extra teriyaki, but I know you didn't want no extra mayo in your potato salad, but wait, you wanted less relish? Sorry, it's already happening. But nevertheless, I'm excited for her. She can outdance all those girls.
Yeah. I mean, she can just do everything. She can do everything.
That's her benefit. She won't have to have someone dance for her.
I was just thinking that she's not gonna wait, but imagine if she did though. If she brought in any of the members of Sistar, the ones who can't shake their booty.
I was glad you brought that up because now I'm just gonna talk about her because it was interesting how out of all the other three she chose, she said, you know who would be great to collab with? Daston. I was like, not Bora. You couldn't have a Sister 19 moment. You said, And let me think. The other one will try to outsing me. She can't be trusted. But Bora, maybe she's bit. You know who? That's she ain't got nothing going on. I was wondering. I'm sorry. This is why they hate us because we be fighting. Mainly me. This is not going in. But I like that song. I remember her on the Eat Your Kimchi before they had their not a disbandment.
Divorce.
They divorce.
Eat Your Kimchi disbandment.
Disbanded. They interviewed Sistar, and that song's the only one that knew English. And I said, okay, that's what her contribution is.
Nice.
She was talking that good English. I like her Auntie Bob. Anyway, that's Hyolyn, y'all. Did we cover everybody?
Not the MCs, because we like SNSD. Why not? I noticed when TAEYEON walked in, they did all this. They played Genie, blah blah blah. All her solo stuff.
I would done. What about I like that song. Her first solo debut.
Oh, that song was great, and her styling that era was so good.
Oh yeah, she in your work. Oh, no, I don't want to be problematic, but her WG era.
And then
her styling, her blonde hair.
Bruh. And then I just thought it was funny how they introduced her and did all this stuff, and everyone's crying like, "Oh my god, it's TAEYEON." Chaehyun is like, "Oh my gosh, it's TAEYEON." And then with the other MC, they had that one girl who was in Cosmic Girls. He's like, "Oh, I loved his YouTube videos
on YouTube."
And we didn't even see can we see some clips of his?
You know what? He's the spiritual successor for Rand.
Yes.
He did things behind the scenes.
Just know, yes, he's famous somewhere on the internet. That's all you need to know.
This is a come up. And he said, "You're the only man here." He said, I know. I said, yeah. He said, "My spirit's getting drained." I said, "Not your bank account, though. That's the Mnet checks. They be nice."
Yeah.
From what I understand.
Yeah.
I hope these girls getting compensated for their time on the Mnet. I know their companies have to pay for the stages. At least that's how it was for Queendom 1.
Hopefully they're still getting paid though. I thought it was funny how people were saying that IVE should have been here. And I was like, now what is IVE gonna do here? No. Because first of all, you can't have IVE and Cosmic Girls. And I know Hyolyn's not in that company anymore, but that's too much going on. Too much
Starship.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. I think Cosmic Girls are the right group for this.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. I think I need to take a break. And they're about to do what's it called? Love Dive. They're about to do their thing. And then also Starship needs to figure out what they're going to do with Cavity, because that's a whole nother thing. Oh, sorry, Gravity.
Oh, that's the boy group?
Yeah.
I don't care about them. Okay.
I'm just saying they in the basement. From what I understand, one of the members had a birthday and they just had a cake in the basement. And then the Japanese member for IVE had a birthday, and she had balloons and streamers and a nice room set up. And it just goes to show you, if you bringing in money, we treat you nice. You ain't, you lucky we get you a cupcake and a candle. So
they could have used some of IVE's funding to give him, still show. And it's all about money. They don't care about the people.
If they ever did, good and well, Eugene and Wan Young will walk up in that birthday room. Dumb. This is mine, and this is mine, and this is mine. What does this came from my eyes want money? Oh, get this money. No, she should be like, I'll let you keep the candle. Birthday.
Just the candle, at least a slice of cake.
No, Wan Young already ate a piece.
Ooh, okay.
I'm sorry, I'm making them out to be something else. It's nice seeing Taeyeon. I would have liked. I liked her intro when she's like, "Why am I on Queendom 2? Because I'm a queen. I like queen things. I like crowns. I like jewelry." I was like, "This is a little bitchy, but I like it."
Mm-hmm.
Did you? It was like a I never saw this side of you. Yes, I did.
What? I was gonna say, what do you mean you never saw it?
I was like, yes, I did.
Yeah.
I remember.
I was like, oh, that's Taeyeon.
I remember. I don't know why I bring this up so much, but she's such an interesting character. She's such an introvert, and she has her own thing. I remember when they were having like SNSD summer vacation, and they cut to her like they were like cutting all the girls, and the one girl was like, "I'm eating watermelon. I'm doing this," and they cut to her in a dark room. I'm coloring a coloring book. I like when the ink from the marker drip on the page. I said, girl, what is going on? So meticulous. So I'm just like, that's her character. I like her in variety shows. I would like, this is off topic, I would like when they do the Girls' Generation reunion at whatever point that they do a variety show again. Not Girls' Generation and the Bad Boys. I don't want that ever again. Please. Do you know about that variety show?
No, I thought you were talking about their recent one where they're just kind of sitting and talking.
It was a whole season where they were like boys that were like from bad situations would get paired with a Girls' Generation member. And like the Girls' Generation would like bring them from like being bad boys into like
I think I've
members
heard
of society.
But no, we don't know.
Yeah, I don't want that again. Yeah. I don't want that again. I want the girls doing something fun, like on a vacation again. Like bring them to Bali or something. That'd be nice. And then Kahi would come in anyway. Let's talk about the performances.
Okay, the performances. Who do you want to talk about first?
Your choice.
Okay, we can talk about the order that I watched it, which is Hyolyn first. I mean, Hyolyn came and she gave exactly what she was going to do. Yeah, I expected nothing less from her. She gave exactly what I thought she was going to give, which is just charisma, vocals, and a sexy dance.
They could have put a reverb on that mic because she was sounding like, I was like, brave of you to sing. I think if they give reverb, her voice would sound fuller, but that's just me on a production level. She did great, and she did her dolly. You know, she did what I was expecting her to do.
Exactly.
So I think that it's only up from here, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping too for her. And especially like if they have like vocal and dance performances and the girls like start to split up and, you know, work together and stuff, it'll be interesting to see her working in groups again. I fear she might eat some of them up.
I have a feeling when they do different group songs, I don't know why. I have a feeling she's gonna get VIVIZ and she's gonna eat that little song up. She's gonna be like, bah, bah. I feel like she's gonna eat that little song all the way up. Because it could be a totally different version. It could just be a whole, and you know she produces and does everything. Like she's the CEO of her own company. So whatever group or whatever song they trade songs with, she's about to eat that up.
I want to see her do what da da da.
Oh, what's some background dancers? I want what da da da.
You want what?
Sultry, like give it a dolly twist. But I don't know if you can do that because like Wada doesn't make sense on a like lyrical level.
They'll make it work.
But she can rewrite the lyrics a little bit.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. Now let's talk about VIVIZ.
VIVIZ. They were great. They were great.
They were cute. They were definitely cute. I liked what they did. I wasn't expecting them to do something like build up more of what the Pop was. They, I guess, leveled it up.
Their performance made me think of Perfume, like their Korean Perfume, and that is like making me like them more. I'm just like, this is great. Whatever you guys are doing, keep doing that because they literally look like Korean Perfume to me. I like this.
Okay, I like that. I like the comparison. I like that. We're saving Kep1ER for last, please.
Yeah, we keep saving those two groups for last. Okay. Do you have anything else to say about VIVIZ? I like their outfits. I like the lighting, the styling. Everything was so good.
I think I feel like they're more in control of their career with Big Planet Made than they were with Hybe, which is I think what they wanted from the beginning. Because if you've been in the industry for 8 years, you're gonna want to have some control of your trajectory. So I think their staff is doing their job, but I think they're collaborating too. So I think it's cool.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. Cosmic Girls.
They were great.
They were so good. It was my favorite performance. They were so good.
They were good. I think I don't know how they like said, edit it this way, edit it that way. But I like the like kind of dreamy Moulin Rouge, fantasy, Tinkerbell. And their music is so dreamy too, so it really worked out well.
I really like the floor dance and like the outfit change. Like it was so pretty. I love any performance that has like an outfit change mid-performance. I love it. Just automatically, I love it.
What they succeeded in, LOONA failed in.
Ooh, but true. No, it's true. You think you can go ahead?
No, you can go ahead.
No, I wasn't gonna add anything else.
Okay, because I was feeling like, because this is what I'm saying by Cosmic Girls can back up what they had to say. Because I was like, you're worried about LOONA, but there really wasn't much to worry about. They don't know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think those girls know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not 100% their fault, but Cosmic Girls know who they are. They've had a consistent body of work that has either evolved in a good way, but always kept the spirit. And even their songs that were like, you know, fun, whatever songs still felt like Cosmic Girl. So they have a deep understanding of who they are, who their fan base is, and what they are bringing to the stage. And again, they've been doing this since 2016. So
I always felt that about them too. It's like their concept is cosmic. And then like from that, they go from elegant or like cute, fun, innocent, but it's always like that core is always there.
Right. Exactly. And then they got the Iceland producer, so you know. The music slaps.
I really like that floor dance moment. It was really pretty.
Yeah, they knew how to work it. It looked dreamy and beautiful. LOONA was lacking some energy there. I felt it was interesting they chose Satellite as the song because I was like, disingenuous again. You're choosing a song from your disbandment era. Now, why don't you do? I thought they should have just gone ahead and bite the bullet and just done So What? Like, I mean, it's the song people before, but like, it's a song that their current fans know them for. I was like, why are you doing a B track? But was Satellite on their first album or was it from the repackage? Either way, from their first project body of music when Jaden Jung was there. Like I feel like they should represent where LOONA is right now. So I felt like that was weird because I feel like this is your open performance. You want to show who you are.
That's actually kind of true because when I think about everyone else's performances, only Brave Girls and LOONA were like different from what they are. You know what I mean? If we're going with what you're saying, they're the only ones who were like kind of different. And they were also kind of the two performances that I kind of didn't really think were that good.
Well, what I see is like your open performance is like some people won't know who you are. They're just watching. Like some people aren't into K-pop. They're just like into like maybe K-dramas or whatever. So when they see there's a new show, they just want to check it out. Like you want to introduce yourself in the strongest way, right? So I felt like the top two groups that did this the best are Kep1ER and WJSN.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe VIVIZ as an honorable mention, but
they were definitely like top three at least.
Right. I definitely feel that. I was just like, I don't know. I feel like, of course, the great thing about LOONA is that they have choreography for a majority of their songs. So that's beautiful. But I just felt like there's like, if you're going to do a B track, there's stronger songs for you to have done. They could have done like My Style. They could have done Heat. They could have done so many others. My favorite's Colors, but I just like that vibe. But that's not a song you do for a competition like Queendom. You want to have power. They should have done Paint, but no, I don't really like that. I think So What honestly was the best decision that they could have done. And they could have threw in a, hey, we're LOONA. You know, they could have yelled at us a bit like they do now. They're yelling girls. They're not soft girls like they used to be. I don't know. I think they have an identity crisis.
Yeah. I mean, this performance was pretty, but it still felt like it was kind of lacking.
That's the thing. It's not about like you can't do what you're doing for your concert for Queendom. You have to step it up. Like show us what got Lee Soo-min interested in y'all. Like give us the yeah.
I can see it probably coming later though on the show.
Yeah,
I felt like
sure.
with a group like Kep1ER, their performance was so good because it had to be good. They're too new. You can't be new and then do nothing.
Oh, now we're on
Whereas,
Kepler. Might as well let's get on
yeah,
it.
I mean, yeah,
Let me
now
tell
we
you
gotta talk
something.
about them.
I felt it was rigged because the moment they said, we say the name, we are Kepler. I said, okay, all right. And I don't even like See the Light, but they made me
Really?
enjoy
I
their,
like that song.
I don't like the song, but I thought they made me enjoy their performance. And that's what you need to do. Like, you need to make people catch their attention. Also, they're Mnet, so Mnet's going to do what they know they need to do. I felt like it was in juxtaposition to Brave Girls because Brave Girls had a lovely mix, but I feel like we needed more meat in there. I felt like it was a lot of grind, transition, ooh, wind, transition. And I was like, where's the dance? Where's the But I think that's because Brave Girls' current music isn't. They should have done Deep End.
I was hoping that they were going to do Deep End, but I mean,
but no one knows
this is the
Deep
thing.
End but us.
I love that song, but this is the thing. When the music started, I was like, "Ooh, what song are they about to sing?" And then one of the members, I don't know, she whispered "Rollin'" or something like that. I was like, "Okay,
She
here
did.
we go again."
She did.
Like, come
I think they
on.
should have done. They should have. Ooh, if they did High Heels only, I like that song. But that would have been. They could have given us a medley. I would have been if they said burr, 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 High Heels. I said great, perfect. They won, you guys, but no, they gave us some weird mix. And again, Brave Brothers are going to make a great mix. I'm not taking it away from the mix, but it just wasn't appropriate. I think LOONA and Brave Girls suffered from the same thing.
Yeah. And the thing about Brave Girls too is that I feel like what this type of concept that they did for like their intro didn't really fit
do them any favors.
Yeah, it didn't do them any favors. I don't know what I expected. I mean, I guess everyone has different image of Brave Girls, but I see them as like really fun, you know, just women having fun, you know what I mean? And maybe like a dash of sexy too with their like rolling and deep and stuff. But this felt more like, I don't know, it just wasn't them. They were just like, oh, let's try to be cool or do something. I was like, I don't really like this. I didn't really like it. I felt like the dancing was kind of lackluster. I never saw them as really performers in the sense of dancing, but more performers like singing and having fun. Not like this type of thing, you know?
I saw them as like, they're just a vibe. And I don't mean to like use that word, overuse it, but like they're just women like, oh, okay, I like that. Oh, we were doing this now. I like that. Ooh, I think if they could capture that essence, I don't know if it's sexy or just confident. I don't know, but they have a swag to them that I like. Mm-hmm. Even Auntie in the group has that swag. You know, she's a little stiff, but that's nice. So I think they're just revving up, but I can give them that pass because it's like, you know, those older singers that just get a rejuvenation in their career, like Western singers. I feel like that's their thing. It's like they're giving me like Diana Ross in the 90s. I only know this is an almanac for pop music when she was trying to compete against Janet Jackson and Paula Abdul, so she started making swing music or like yes, and it's giving me that, and she's like, I gotta change it up. I gotta be hip to the girls.
I was not aware of that situation with those three, but you explaining it, that's exactly how I feel about this performance, though. Like, so what you were doing was already great. You didn't have to do that. Right.
Even though great music came from that era, no one talks about it because I'm a really weird person. Because they still like that stuff. So I feel like they need to not try and keep up with the Joneses and not stick to, but elevate on what they already have working for themselves. Like they're the new summer queens. Like Sistar's gone. It's just them. Mm-hmm. So they can like populate on that. That's how I feel.
I feel like it's kind of like everyone coming into this show is trying to do something different, but not everything is working. Because on one hand, for some people, we want to see something new. On the other hand, for some people, we might want to see the same thing elevated, like you said. Like Cosmic Girls, they are basically giving the same thing but elevated. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Versus
But they know who they are.
exactly, and that's kind of why it works for them. For Kep1er, they could do something new. They could elevate themselves, but they kind of found what their purpose is, which is we need to introduce ourselves and show what we can give. It's kind of, I don't know. I feel like some people are just kind of like, I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is that every group or every soloist or group, they just have to kind of find their purpose and what do they want to bring to the stage, you know? And I feel like that's kind of why some performances I enjoyed over the others, like Cosmic Girls and Kep1er, I liked. VVZ, I liked, but you know, Hyolyn, I would like to see something new. I feel like she gave what she always gives, and it was great, you know. So that's why I don't want to say
it was a good start.
Yeah, it's a good start. Exactly.
It's like okay. Here's how it is. Top 2 of this week, Kep1er and WJSN. A high was VIVIZ to me, you know. Then a safe performance was Hyolyn, and then the bottom 2 was LOONA and Brave Girls.
Yeah, I agree with that too. That was kind of how
I think that's how we can score it moving forward.
Yeah.
We'll do the top 2 and then a high performance and then a safe and then the bottom 2.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's how they score on Drag Race. It works for them, so it should work for us.
Definitely with LOONA, I feel like I want to see, maybe it's because I don't know them like that. And
we're looking for 2 different things, and I like that.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Like, I listened to actually a lot of LOONA songs before the concept change and after the concept change. I didn't really like the songs either way. Like I told you, I know 2 LOONA songs, Love Cherry Motion and Butterfly. And those are the 2 songs that I like. So that's why I feel like
one of them is a solo.
Yeah. So I feel like coming into this competition, I'm just like, who are you guys? I want to see who you are. You know what I mean? I feel like what Kep1er gave is kind of what I wanted out of LOONA, you know?
Oh, you weren't gonna get that.
Yeah, we'll see.
You were good. You were if Jaden, you're gonna. He feel the tomatoes getting thrown at me now, but I'm gonna say it because I can't be censored just to make everyone happy. If Jaden Jung was still a part of the LOONA situation, they would be on track for where they were supposed to be. He had the idea for the concept, the girls of the month, the storyline. And you can say, that it doesn't take part in the music, but it does. It does. Because he was a part of the whole bit and caboodle. And without him being there, you can tell that they have a identity crisis. Okay. So, and you can all say that doesn't affect music. It does. You can see how it, because Cosmic Girls know who they are. They know who they are. And they haven't been doing this for that much longer than LOONA, only 2 years more. That's how I feel. I hope I don't feel like I'm roasting them. I just have to get what I have to get out. Because if we keep saying things that just make us feel good or make us feel good about the artist, they won't grow. Yeah. And I don't only say this because I care.
I mean, I feel like in the beginning, we're all coming into this show, like we already have our biases and opinions, and things might change as we see more stages. You know what I mean? Because I kind of came in thinking, okay, honestly, probably Brave Girls, they're not going to be that good. And I'm just being honest because this is how I see them.
I see them as the lovelies.
Exactly. Because they kind of were thrown into the spotlight. You know what I mean? It's not something that they're used to. Exactly. Right. It was very unexpected. And I feel like every time they're on camera, you can tell that they're feeling almost like that imposter syndrome. Like, oh, do I even deserve to be here kind of thing? But it's like, no, you deserve to be there and just own it. Just own it.
Right. I think they're just like, weren't we supposed to be disbanded and having babies by this point? Like,
yeah.
Because they're like, I don't think they're like, why is our song trending? What? But again, just as you said, own the moment. Like stuff like that don't always happen all the time. So when it does, you just need to relish in it and just be present, right? But that's a lesson that's far beyond K-pop. That's a life lesson, you know. When someone don't shoot a gift horse in the mouth, like, you know, feed the gift horse and hey, I don't know. They never finish that statement. It's always don't shoot a gift horse in the mouth. But yeah, they should just vibe with it, right? But okay, from episode 0, who do you think is gonna win?
From episode 0?
Yes, we're doing this every episode. And your answer can change.
Okay, so can I choose who I think will be the top 2 and who I think will be the bottom 2? I feel like I'm too biased though. Okay.
No. I sometimes normally I let everyone just. I'm very supportive and loving. No, you have to choose one.
Only one? Okay, I'll choose my top and bottom, and then I'll explain the other people in the middle too. Okay. So I think that Cosmic Girls is going to win, but here's the thing: they can win as long as they don't stay too stagnant. Because remember how we were saying they know their core concept of cosmicness, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like if they're too stuck on that, then the performances as we go through the series, they might get kind of stale. Because think of Mamamoo. First of all, Mamamoo won season 1 because season 1's a popularity contest. That was it.
Right. But can I interject something real quick?
Yeah, let me just say this one thing. For Mamamoo, in my opinion, in Queendom, they were terrible, not because the stages were terrible, but because they gave us the same performance every single time. And I don't want that from Cosmic Girls. And I feel like as long as they don't do that, then they can win.
But I want them to keep their cosmicness, at least for when they cover the songs.
Oh, yeah.
I want to, what if they got Wadada?
This is the thing, if they get Kep1ER as a group to swap songs, I don't know if they would do Wadada. They might do one of the other songs, like the creation.
They only got 3.
They got Wadada, they got Snake,
they have two and a half. I don't think they're gonna do those songs because they never made a like a Kep1ER version.
But they should just do it anyways.
Okay. Well then, Utopia. Wait, hold on.
I'm telling you, Cosmic Girls Utopia. I'm trying to manifest it.
Trying to manifest like how I'm trying to manifest Hikaru sing it?
Yes.
Oh, well, I'm sick for that.
The other thing I wanted to say too is that I think that Kep1ER will be top 3 because it's Mnet and that's it. It has nothing to do with whether I like them or not. I just think that they'll be in the top 3 just because it's Mnet. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as last place,
so who's your bottom?
So I think that last place might be G-Friend. And this is the thing. Yeah, whatever. Sometimes I might call them G-Friend.
Okay.
It's not about who I'm rooting for in this case. You know what I mean? I will say I want Cosmic Girls to win, and that's why I feel like they'll win. But when it comes to last place, I don't want G-Friend to be last place. I just feel like they just might be. Because it's fandom voting, so like online voting and also in-person voting. I don't know if if the buddies will be able to finesse a win for them. They might be in last place unless they give like a really great stage, like a really good stage.
Well, 3 of them can sing, so we just have to wait and see.
What? That doesn't mean anything.
Well, I'm saying when it's a vocal challenge, they'll do good.
Ooh, yeah.
And when it's like they're entertaining, they're not bad dancers. So I think I don't want to count them out. I see your point. I see where you're coming from. So I don't want to validate that, but I don't want to count them out yet because I feel like they could be the dark horse.
Ooh. So when I think about the people in the middle, I feel like Hyolyn's gonna be like AOA. Like never really quite like giving really good stages, but never winning first place. You know what I mean? And I feel like Kep1ER is going to rank last place only once, and then they're going to rise from there for the story.
I think Kep1ER. Okay, so
yeah, your thoughts. Who you think will win, lose, and then just everything else in between.
For now, I think Kep1ER's going to win.
Oh, you think they'll just be first place?
I do. I think we're going to make the narrative for Monster Rookie. They slay the challenges. They might get like almost last once. And like, did you see how they're like, yes, the name we're Kep1ER. I was like, oh. Okay. I was like, all right. and they're rookies, but they do have Yujin, who's been doing this for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I just, I just, um, I see something. I think Mnet got something cooking, and I think Cosmic Girl's gonna be the bitter second place.
No, I can see that though.
They're gonna be
Wait, but are they
bitter
going to be
not
Oh My
good.
Girl second place?
Yes, as in we think they should have been first place, but because it is what it is, they got second place. Like I feel like it's just what it's gonna be. I can I don't like saying this because I actually like all the acts. Even I'll read LOONA to the day I'm done, but I still like how talented the girls are. I just want to make that very clear. Uh, I could potentially see VIVIZ as last. I could see Brave Girls as last. I don't know. I think they're correct. They are each other's rivals.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are each other's rivals. It just is what it is. Hyolyn, yeah, I can see her in the middle. I do not see LOONA winning.
I don't see LOONA winning, but I don't see LOONA dead last either.
I don't see them losing. I just see them not winning.
Exactly.
I see them. You hate this performance. I love that brown eyed girl performance. I see LOONA pulling something like that.
I like that performance because it was entertaining. I didn't like it because it was good, if that makes sense.
Why wasn't it? We need to talk about this. Why wasn't it good? Because I thought it was great.
It was entertaining. I felt like it wasn't good because when it comes, there's so many layers to it. Okay, first of all, when it comes to the whole concept of the show, when they're switching songs, I personally felt like it was kind of disrespectful for them to not cover an "Oh My Girl" song because to me it felt like.
But they won the challenge, so they could do whatever they want.
But my thing is that if you win the challenge, you don't have to accept doing that. You don't have to do that. And if they really wanted to do that concept, they could have just took an "Oh My Girl" song and made it that concept. You know what I mean?
I suppose I guess I just see their point of view where it's like they're like, yeah, our company's never going to let us do anything like this. This is our one time to try.
I guess that's true too. Yeah, that was their last time to try.
That was their last time to try, and now they're disbanded anyway. So I feel like they had to do what they needed to do. Like I got it. I understood why, and I thought they did a great job, and especially I'm going to call her Closet Girl. She did exactly what she needed to do when she rapped that part. I said, "Yup, she fits that vibe. She fits that vibe." She did the Muriel rap justice. She was like, "I can finally be rough. I can finally be my authentic self." I know people in the comments are like, "What's the Closet Girl?" And I don't want to talk about it because their company worked very hard to get that story out of the public. I'll tell you after.
Wow.
But yeah, I think we covered it all.
Yeah, I think so. Wow. I'm looking forward to seeing more of this show though. Especially like the artificial drama and Jessica being sassy.
Yeah. She said, I'm your senior.
I like her personality, but with the thing about that type of personality is that people can take it and interpret it like totally misinterpret it. You know what I mean? Because she's like very obviously being playful, you know?
No, but I think she had to say that because she was like, just because we re-debuted don't mean what we did in the past washed away. Like,
I don't mean just that comment. I just meant her personality throughout the entire episode. Yeah, just in general. Like a lot of people.
I liked it. It was good it was good for reality TV.
Yeah, it was good.
That's because I'm a fan of reality TV. So I know what I'm looking for. I don't want a boring snooze fest. Like, look, say what you will about Shy Berry, but she was entertaining.
Oh yeah. I mean, apparently no one liked the Chinese girls, but everyone still talks about them to this day, rent free in their heads.
Because they were the stars of the show. The thing was they casted them because they knew the Korean girls were going to be too timid and they were going to be too afraid to speak their mind. And when the Wonder Girl did, we never saw her again.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Doa. No, she ain't dead, but We ain't gonna see Fanatics. We ain't gonna see her. Anyway, this is not the Planet Garden podcast. So, oh gosh, what are you looking forward to close off the podcast? What are you looking forward to for next week?
Oh, so I feel like originally with this show, I was looking more forward to the performances, but actually now I want to see like their behind the scene moments because because as this show, we need another ethnic hip moment. But as as I was watching this episode, I realized like, oh, I don't know any of these girls. Like I don't know any of them at all. The only ones I know are Kep1ER because I don't watch all of those shows like Weekly Idol and all those reality shows. Like I barely even watch the Girls' Generation reality shows. So I know nothing about GFriend and LOONA and I know literally nothing. So that's why I'm just like seeing their personality behind the scenes is making me like them more.
I only knew Unji because when they would go to LA for KCON, she would like vlog.
Oh.
And she was speaking English, and she could because she can. She was like talk to the like people. She's like, "Let's go to In-N-Out, girls," and they're like, "Unji, order for us. I'll take animal fries, and I'll take a okay, great, 2 cheeseburgers and milkshake." And I was like, "Oh, that's great." And then they'd be like, "Oh, we know you." She's like, "Oh, do you listen to our songs? Can you sing with us?" I was like, "She's great." So she has her own personality, and I think it's really cool. We know Kep1ER because they're Kep1ER. And I know girls. I mean, KOFI girls music. I don't know. I only know one of them because IOI. So it's nice knowing that they kind of saucy women. They zesty. I like that. I like that.
They have a lot of
zest. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm like that the rapper was bold because you have to be bold to say whatever the hell you said in La La Love. I don't know what the hell she said. Chef song comes on in the gym. It burned in my heart. I don't know. I'm like, whatever it is, go do it. Go keep on doing that. Whatever you said in English makes no sense. We need more girls that do that now. We need another moment like that. Well, I guess I'm just rambling, but I'm excited for this. I was kind of like iffy. I didn't know if the cast was going to bring it, but the cast brought it. The cast definitely brought it.
Definitely.
So, okay. So, guys, tell us down below in the comments your top 2 of the week. Your high, well, like the high performance that is not the top 2, a safe performance, and then the bottom 2. It is okay to disagree with us. We're just here to talk, and just have fun. But we want to know what you guys think. This is a place for us to talk about it and fanboy girl over it and, have a good time. So let us know in the comments what you guys think.
And we'll see you for episode 1 next week.
This ain't even episode 1. That's a mess. It's just a mess. All right, guys. Bye.